Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Welcome again to Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. And on Street Talk, we deal with political, social, and economics here in Michigan, the U.S., and abroad. And again, we have Patrick here, and we're going to be talking about quite a few things. But I just want to mention that Haiti.
Yes.
So what's happening now in Haiti? Because they said the minister retired.
The prime minister.
The prime minister.
Whatever they call him. He quit.
He quit. Okay.
Yes. And the rebels, they want basically to be able to have election and have somebody voted in office, rather than somebody given to them.
But the one thing is that I think they are trying to, they want some of their people to be.
More than likely. Because right now they're running the show. I don't know the people, so I can't say that they have a good leadership team there. But it's expected they will want to be sharing power at least.
Well, and then the next thing would be, with all of the brutality and all everything else that's going on, how do they know if they don't put if they don't have one of their people in the in whatever they put together in the government,
legislature, whatever they call it.
How would they know how to get somebody else?
I think that the solution there is elections. They want to have elections, so whoever wins, they go by that. But they want basically fair elections. We get a government of our choosing, rather than somebody imposing somebody on us as the president, whatever.
Okay, I know. The U.S. has had a bad hand in all of these different elections around the world, and every time it comes out bad.
Unfortunately, every place America went and installed a government, the people end up worse off than before.
Yeah. So now I see over the weekend they had planes down there getting some of the American people out,
Yes.
but they put troops down there, didn't they? Then they send the Americans some troops down there?
I believe there is some kind of, whether U.S. or UN or what. I'm not really up on that. But I think there was some presence there.
Well, I'm just hoping that, this has been a country that's been, it's been overrun and everything, and just it seems like the people cannot get it right,
But you got to remember something. Haiti was probably the first self-sufficient country in the region.
Mm-hmm.
They beat out the French.
Okay.
But then the French now make them pay reparation.
Yep.
Run into billions of dollars. Or trillions maybe, over all these years.
Mm-hmm.
But what we find happening is the Haiti itself has some resources.
Okay, no, what other resources there?
From what I'm hearing, it's in the ground.
Okay.
And these people, like America, they are there basically to try get what they could get. And that is basically all they want. What we could get. I've never seen where they're solely interested in the people.
Okay.
Colonialism is always about what they can get from the country.
Yeah.
The same thing they did to all the British islands. They get all they could get out of them and then offer them statehood and then offer them independence. But then you have everything already.
Yeah.
So what are they going to use?
Yeah. Yeah, just like America when they freed the slaves and put all these people out here with nothing. No clothes, no nothing, you know.
Exactly. So the Haitians, from my understanding, are trying to make sure that they get something out of this now and not just let people come in, take everything. Same thing was going on in Africa. In some parts of Africa, all the minerals and things. And whenever a leader stood up, soon after he was assassinated. You go back to Nkrumah and Lumumba and those guys. And they even had a calypso about that, Patrice Lumumba and Kasavubu and all, they're fighting for power. But it's the European who actually was getting the benefit.
Yeah. But you were saying about the monkey Trump. You were saying.
Well, today, the court in New York decided to reduce his bond to just $175 million. Now, that, to me, looks like everybody's pussyfooting around for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court, the appellate court, and just about everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
What we have now is they gave him 10 days to come up with that money.
What they did after today, they gave him 10 more days.
10 more days.
To come up with what now?
175 million instead of 450-something million.
So he didn't pay that today?
No.
The
The court reduced it, and they gave him 10 days to come up with this. But there's something that was amazing. You are asking for this to be reduced. They just granted that. But a reporter asked him a question about borrowing money. He doesn't need to borrow money, he said. I don't need to borrow. I have a lot of money. Why then, if he has a lot of money, you're still begging to reduce?
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand it, you know?
So it makes you wonder with this Supreme Court, the appellate court in New York, 5 members sat on that. And it seems as though, if not all, most of them are very, very much hooked into Trump. I don't understand. Like a man said, something fishy.
Well, today I heard it last night. I think I heard it today though. But this Republican who runs her mouth all the time, Margaret Green or something like that. Anyway,
Green.
She now she's talking about
getting rid of the speaker.
Oh no! Today she's talking about getting rid of the black woman in Georgia, the woman that's got the case against Trump.
Bonnie.
Yeah,
Bonnie Willis.
Yeah, she's talking about and you know.
Something you got to understand, Ahmad. And when I say empty green, I'm serious. not just her initials, but it means exactly what it says, empty. The woman is empty-headed. She is a want-to-be, fighting to make herself look what she is not.
Yeah.
And so many of these fools are allowing her to run circles around them with the nonsense. But she now wants the speaker to vacate.
Yeah.
Because they just passed a stopgap.
Yeah.
So that's not good enough. She wants. Why would a member of the House or Senate, Congress, want to see the government shut down and default?
Well, number one, you got to be really stupid. But number two, to make Biden look bad. They're trying to
But
do.
they're stupid. Even if it makes Biden looks bad, it makes the whole country look bad.
Yeah.
Because they can't pay their bills.
Yeah. That's but that's the case. And they were saying last night, well, he got the thing passed until September.
That's the end of the year. Fiscal year.
Yeah, and now this man, he might be out of a job. But see, the thing is that you got all these Republicans, they don't want to do anything that's gonna make Trump angry with them, So they're all out here, trying to do everything to satisfy him, and
because they're dumb.
Well, that's true.
They're mentally retarded. I don't care what degree they come and tell me. The speaker has a law degree, but I wonder which law school he went to. Who was his professor? Because if you're going to tell me your job is to do this, and Donald Trump said, don't do it because I want to use that for my campaign, and you block it. After 70 people in the Senate, 70 out of 100 voted for it.
Yeah.
Your own people negotiated and came up with this.
Yeah. But Trump out here, he's got 20-some 30 million people on his side and everything. So they figure that if they ever sidetrack Trump or something like that, these people will be against him and everything. So they try to do everything so they can keep these 20-some 30 million, and they're not doing anything for the people that sent them there.
Look, there ought to be some set qualification for people to be in the Congress. I'm not talking just you have to be this age. That's not enough. Donald Trump was more than 35 or whatever it's supposed to be for president. But he wasn't, and he still isn't qualified for the job.
Well, he's the dumbest man in the U.S., so dumbest man in the world, So, I mean, with him, you can't measure his intelligence because he has none, But
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
When you think of Donald Trump, I mean, yes, we say he dumb. But look what's happening. He has even the Supreme Court pussyfooting to him.
Well, remember, he put 3 of the people on the Supreme Court.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the thing is that I would listen to Judge, what's his name? He retired last year from the Supreme Court. What was his name?
I know who you're talking about.
I would listen to him.
Right.
He was.
Yes, over the weekend he was on.
Yeah, and he was talking about when he was given the authority to be on the Supreme Court. Back then, all these most Republican, it was like 70-9 or something like that, or 77-9 vote was for him, And he was talking about now and he didn't want to, like name and everything, but he
Right.
was just saying. Now the Supreme Court is no. He didn't say the Supreme Court, but he was saying the people are looking at the people who are making these decisions and everything are looking at the outside and seeing what they're saying and everything, And then it's really
Give you a little case deal with that then. Headline: Supreme Court solidifies January 6 insurrection stance with a ban on former New Mexico official. This guy in New Mexico, Griffin, I think his name. They prevent him. The court says no, he cannot run for any office in New Mexico. All right. Donald Trump, and I know they're going to say one is federal, one is state.
okay.
But there's the same court who, let me just read this here. The United States Supreme Court has taken a definitive stance on the January 6 insurrection by upholding a ban that prevents Corey Griffin, former New Mexico official and founder of Cowboys for Trump, from holding state office. This move marks a monumentous application of the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist clause, a provision that has remained largely dormant since its post-Civil War inception. But then the High Court comes in now, and they implicitly affirm the January 6 riot classification as an insurrection. Donald Trump was the supreme leader of this.
Yeah.
Why is it the top dog is not bad? Now, you just say it's an insurrection in this Supreme Court. Say it's an insurrection.
Yeah.
Donald Trump in Colorado, they found him guilty of insurrection.
Yeah.
But the federal government, the federal Supreme Court says you can't take him off the thing. Now they come back. Well, you see, because one is federal and one is thing. And the states don't have any control. But wait, don't the states have to follow the Supreme Court ruling? Whatever the law of the country is, doesn't the states have to, each state has to follow it? And I'm sure the answer is yes.
Yes, but see, when they were talking about this, they never even got into the state, what the state could do and what the state couldn't do. All they was talking about, well, if we do that to if we do that to this state, then other states could.
Hey, tell them I say hog wash, okay?
Well,
Hog wash, because listen, the court's decision follows the conviction of Griffin on misdemeanor charges related to his involvement in the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Okay. Donald Trump was also found guilty on the similar charges, the insurrection charges. And the Supreme Court declined to review Griffin's case, but they took up Donald Trump's case and said he could be on the
on the ballot, yeah.
The ballots.
Yeah. Well, again, they the Supreme Court never did even get to whether
they didn't discuss the
No.
issue.
They kept talking about, well, if one state do that, then the other state could do that.
Baloney. Well, maybe the other states should now follow Colorado. You can't be on the state thing. So you have no Republican in the... That's baloney.
Well,
We know it.
We and one of the things is that since for the last 200 years, we've only had that case. We had a case in 18 something, and this Trump case. So, I mean, how you know? I mean, what do you gotta worry about in 200 and some years? I mean, really, 200 and some years, you got to worry about this happening. This state, well, these states here might say, no, you can't run in this state. I mean, you know.
But look, the next big headline I got here. Trump floats method for the Supreme Court to further delay his trial without giving him full immunity. Trump is telling them what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And basically they're doing it.
Yeah.
Then don't say that. This woman in Florida came out with some baloney, bogus instructions, and any sensible lawyer could see it and call it that. She wants the prosecutor and the defense to write instructions, jury instructions. She doesn't even have a court date yet. But look at the two options she gave them that they must respond to. Any way you turn it, each one is in Trump's favor.
Yeah.
It must be coming out that Trump is innocent. Did the juror must determine the law? No, the jury doesn't have to determine the law.
No.
You determine if the attorneys, either side, met the requirements of the law.
Yeah.
Who defended themselves and made whatever case before the court to justify acquittal or not.
How much time we got?
5.
You know, it's just really, man. We see two parties here, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. What we see is really...
We only got one party now in this country.
Well, you know...
Seriously, only one.
Well,
the Republican Party, the good old, they are no more.
Well...
It is the mega... can't even say that word for them. But the mega mess.
Well, the thing is that you've got millions out here, and they had this.
The devil has his partners too.
Yeah, we had this fool yesterday on what was the name of the program? Anyway, she, and I learned after she was off the program. Meet the Press. Meet the Press. She was on there, and after she was off the program, and they brought the people back who, you know, be talking around the table about the thing, and they were saying that NBC gave her some money to be on the show once in a while, and man. I forget the lady's name who do the show now.
Kristen Welker.
Yeah. She asked her, man, and she really did a good show yesterday because all these things that this fool lady, you know, who had lied about and went on, this lady, Kristen, the lady read off the things to her. And said, well, how about this?
I didn't see the show.
Yeah, I listened to it on radio. She said, how about this? You know, and then she said that you were one of the main people talking to Trump about the election and everything. You were saying that Biden wasn't the president. He wasn't the president, and you were saying that he. A lot of things happen, people changing votes and everything, and all of these things. I forget this fool's name who was on yesterday, man.
Listen.
But
The problem with them is they're making all kind of assertions, but no evidence. You have something? Come, say it. But bring evidence.
and they haven't brought in evidence
They
yet.
can't because there's none.
Right. And that's what this lady was saying. She was saying they didn't find any place, you know. And then some of these states, man, the people kept all going over and over and over, you know, and still couldn't find anything.
There's nothing. They had recounts.
Yep.
They had all kind of thing. And in some cases, Trump lost by more than the original count.
Yeah.
So what are they talking
In
about?
Georgia, he lost by more than the count.
I think down in Arizona was 360 counts more for Trump than original.
Yeah.
And that's where they spend up all this money with these people with this, man, whatever they call themselves, have no experience in doing what they were asked to do. But you know, the big thing now with Trump and the Supreme Court is this immunity. And Trump and his people, basically this whole thing is to delay.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court is obliging, and then they'll be able to walk away, well, we didn't do this, we didn't do that.
Yep.
Because they know full well there is no such thing as immunity. There is no halfway, no blanket, and Trump insisting now, well, if you don't do this, listen, if you reject it, it would be the end of the presidency as we knew it. If immunity is not recognized, every future president will be forced to grapple with the prospect of possibly being criminally prosecuted after leaving office every time he or she makes a politically controversial decision. That don't hold water.
No. And I mean, what political, I mean, you know, and see that's the thing, you know. It's like they want to charge they want these things to be political, what Trump has done, you know.
But look, no, man. Even if they were to grant it, and I'm going to say something that you will think I'm crazy. Even if they were to grant him full or partial immunity, that should set things in action now, because no, it's not just for him, according to his argument. It's for future presidents.
Yeah.
Which means Joe Biden should lock his tail up in the innermost stock, in the worst prison you could find.
Yeah.
And do all that he has threatened he will do to Joe Biden. And they can't do Biden anything because he has immunity.
Yeah. You know?
So that in and of itself is ridiculous.
Okay. We've got
a lot more we could go on, but
we will talk about it next week. The other thing is that I'm just hoping our people, you know, don't get out here and mess up on this election, you know. And one of the things is that it's a lot of our people out here with this PTSD, you know, post-traumatic slavery disorder, you know, and it's like it's so many of them has it and can't get rid of it, you know. So we just hoping that they'll do something, you know.
Folks, get out there and vote and make sure you keep Trump out.
They got to. All right. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki, and we'll catch you down to the next block for more Street Talk. Peace.
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine, messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, "You are too arrogant. if you don't change your ways. I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.